Hello and welcome to this week's Warrior Mindset Live with myself, Caroline Reed. As you join, if you're joining us live, make sure that you drop a huge hello below. If this is the first time that you're watching one of the Warrior videos, let us know. Absolutely let us know. And this is going to be over on YouTube, Instagram. So if this one resonates with you, let me know if you're happy to give it a share. And if you do, I want to thank you personally. And I'm really excited to share this particular mindset sort of approach tonight with you. Hi Emma, hi Sam, Lisa, lovely to see you live. Natalie, hi darling. Karen, as you join us, let us know how you are. How's your weekend been? Have you lost anything to this storm? I know for myself, we've lost the back fence. We've lost a load of things out of the front garden. But we are safe and well, which is the main thing. Oh, good evening. So I'm just going to give it literally like 1 minute as I just do a little introduction. And of course, as I said, you're more than welcome to share this. Tag people below if you know that they would benefit from this. So I'm going to be sharing with you what the 1% resilience rule is, why it's so freaking powerful, and how you can begin to implement it into your life tomorrow. So let's go. So what if I told you that with just 1% of your day that you can really begin to transform your mind to feel more calm, less anxious, and more resilient, whether that is in your workplace, in your career, in your everyday life, and actually also be able to set your intentions for the week ahead. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I'm definitely here to tell you that you can. And here's the thing. I want you to start to reflect first. How would you feel if I was to say to you, all I need from you is 1% of your day, and you're going to feel however you wish to feel, calmer, more relaxed, more focused, more resilient? What would that mean to you? I really want you to reflect on this, because there's one thing hearing how to do it, what it does. There's another thing actually relating it to you personally. What would it mean if you could tomorrow, if you could begin to prepare your mind to feel more resilient, to feel how you choose, be it calm, relaxed, less worried? We don't usually lean towards the less words, but let's say less anxious, less worried. How would that impact you? How would that impact your day? And if you're watching this live, share. I want to know. Let's stretch the comfort zone and share, because I know back when I struggled, and from time to time, anxiety creeps its little head up. And luckily I've embodied these practices. I live and breathe this stuff, and from time to time I definitely have to pull it out the bag, remind myself and implement things into my life to relax the nervous system, to remind myself and my mind that it's okay to feel this way. And I thought I would share with you, whilst you are having a reflect, how would you feel? How would that impact your life if you were to have more conscious awareness, more ability to manage your emotions and choose how you feel? And I want to share with you the Wikipedia definition of resilience. Are we ready? I'm just going to fire them off from my notes. It is, resilience exists when the person uses mental processes and behaviors in promoting personal assets and protecting self from potential negative effects of stresses. That's Wikipedia. What that means in my definition is the ability to not only, we hear it, don't we? The ability to bounce back. That's great. Of course we want to be able to, if hits the fan, we want to be able to get back up as quickly as we can and learn from it, grow through it. But for me, and with what I do as for in my professional life, and for me as a busy twin mum and businesswoman and friend and wife and everything in between, I don't want to have to just pull these tools out once I'm down. I am a massive advocate for preparation, for actually prevention. So we're not having to wait until we're down and then bringing ourselves back up. That's fantastic to have. But resilience can also be used as a prevention. So a much happier mindset, so I'm more open in the moment, make me feel more empowered, resilient to handle any stuff that comes my way. Absolutely. So what is 1%? I'm actually going to share with you what this is now, what that 1% resilience rule is. 1% is 14 minutes of your day. Now I want you to imagine if you were to take just 14 minutes and dedicate it to yourself each and every day, that's 1% of your day, to doing things that make you feel, how do you want to feel? You want to feel more calm? Can you dedicate 1%, 14, it's actually 14.4 minutes, so nearly 14 and a half minutes to you per day. Now this is something that I really do my best to dedicate to myself every single day. There are definitely some days when out the window. Like, let's be honest, I've got two nearly 2-year-olds and everything in between. But a lot of the time, that is what's in my conscious awareness, is if I haven't got the brain space, the self-worth. I want you to see, how does this feel for you? Because if we're sat here, like, and I shared a post earlier on about a lot of the excuses, that's what we're going to call it out. The excuses that we tell ourselves. I've not got time. Too many people rely on me. If only I could dedicate that kind of stuff to myself. Really, a lot of that is embedded with fear, lack of self-worth, and actually the lack of understanding of the impact that this can actually have on your life and on you. And we tend to then reach a certain point, tends to be near breaking point, where we're going, I need help. And we turn to the quick fixes. For a lot of people, it's how do I manage with stress? We can turn to drink, we can turn to scrolling, we can turn to drugs, we can turn to addictions, we can turn to pleading with the doctors to do something. What about the prevention? What about that 1% that we could do ourselves? I'm a huge advocate for going to the doctors. Massive. In fact, I know that there's some people on here that I've physically had those conversations with where I'm like, we'll talk once you have approached a doctor and you've got some tools underneath your belt to help stabilize, then we're going to do the mindset work. But imagine if you could dedicate that to yourself. You've already recognized what that could look like. Absolutely, prevention is totally better than cure. If only, and I was thinking about this the other day, imagine if we pumped the same amount of money as we do into the research, into severe diseases and illnesses, into the prevention, into the emotional healing, into the trauma and prevent. Oh my gosh, we would live in such a different world. This is a world that I'm massively hoping that we cultivate, and together we're doing it. Rebecca, do not worry, it's lovely that you're here. So I know how easy it is to use the excuse of, I'm too busy, I've got too much stuff on, I'll wait until. But if you can sit here right now and wake up tomorrow and say, I can't dedicate 1%, I can't commit 14 minutes, there is something amiss. There is a massive something out of balance. And like I said, it's not going to be other people. It's not going to be the pile of laundry. It's not going to be just the pressures. This is going to be down to our self-worth. This is going to be down to you saying, hang on a minute. Yes, I do want to feel calmer. Why? Because that's going to have a positive impact on my relationships. Feeling more calmer, less anxious, less stressed, less overwhelmed is going to have a direct impact on my relationship with my children, with my spouse, with my friends. It's going to empower me to take more risks and start that business, go for that career. Feel good. feel more like yourselves. If I had a quid that I could donate to the prevention course for every person that says, I've come out of lockdown, I just don't feel myself, I don't know who I am anymore. Can't tell you the amount of conversations I have about that. I just don't feel myself anymore. This is how you can begin to put things in place. That prevention, that resilience, not just the bounce back. This will massively help, because if you, let's say tomorrow morning, good, Emily, and thank you, I've just had them microbladed. They're a little bit scabby, but thank you. But one thing that I will come on to now, because we don't want to be making excuses for ourselves anymore. If you're sat here now, you're still here, I can see lots of you still here, you owe it to you. Let this be your sign. Let this be the moment that you're like, I'm not going to swear. This is it. This is it. This is where I'm going to dedicate 1% to me, to you. Because we all know that we spend, I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of us on here, I know I spend more than 14 minutes a day scrolling. I know I spend more than 14 minutes a day putting out fires for other people who message me going, oh my God, so my cat's gone missing. Oh my God, this has happened. Oh my God, can you donate £10 towards this cause? I sit there adding all my PayPal stuff in that takes freaking ages. Oh my God, I've not got 14 minutes for me. We really, really do. And it could, for lots of people, take a little bit of a shift in that self-worth, in that perception. But wow, when you commit doing this, and I'm going to recommend something, I can feel a challenge coming on. Let me know if you're watching this in the Awaken the Warrior group. You guys know the power of the challenges, which we do. And if you're not, head over to the group and come and join us. I can feel a challenge with this, because if you were to commit to this, challenge to one side for the next 7 days, where you dedicate, you consciously choose the time, you put your phone on airplane mode. I'll be honest, I sometimes set my alarm, whether that's for the 14 minutes, it's like bare minimum. I like to do about 20, but let's be honest, some days it is that 14 minutes. If you were to set an alarm, put your phone on airplane mode, because we all know that vibrate still gets our attention, and actually commit to doing it. And I'm going to give you a couple of little ways to really utilize this 1% rule. Reverse engineer it. Reverse engineer the resilience. How do you want to feel? Start with how you want to feel. If you have got a big week this week with the kids being off, and you already know that it's given rubbish weather, you're going to be up to your eyeballs in empty snack wrappers, you're going to be asked to drive here, there, you're likely to need patience, calm, and a bit of inner peace. So what could you do? This is so unique to you. What could you do to help you feel more of that? This is about reverse engineering, recognizing how you want to feel, and then choosing. Are you going to listen to a meditation? Are you going to listen to your favorite music? Are you going to take a hot, long shower, lock the door? Like, what are you going to drink your healthy drink in the morning? Are you going to sit with a cup of tea? What's going to help you to feel calm, more patient? Do that. If you've got a big week ahead and that is you've got an interview. I know someone that's got an interview tomorrow, and you want to feel confident and pumped and ready and focused and ready to give the answers, ready to smash it. I'd be on YouTube. This is me. I'd be on YouTube motivational videos. I'd be playing my playlist of feel-good songs. I'd be really putting my boundaries in place where if my phone is ringing or if someone's knocking on the door and I know that could be a bit of a low vibe conversation, I'm going to save it till after. So boundaries would be a practice. So what could you do? Like, this is where the intention comes in. How do you want to feel? For the rest of the day or for the next hour, you could segment intend and then do that. Focus on that. A big thing for me is I keep it really simple. I will pull, they're still here, I'll pull a card. So what I do with my 10, 14, 20 minutes, however much if I've only got 1 minute, I don't go, I'm not going to do it today. It's a minimum of 14 minutes. I'm gonna have to do this. No. Like, if I've got 30 seconds, that's my go-to thing. You can tell the kind of day I've had today. I've had a chilled one. So I've only done a little card reading. I'll pull a card, I'll light a candle, I will close my eyes. You can see I've got a crystal in my hand, and I will ground myself. And I love visualization. I will visualize, how do I want to feel? What do I want to get done? Do I want to feel accomplished? Do I just want to be present with my children and family? Like, then set the intentions. I've got a big whiteboard here. Sometimes a part of those 40 minutes, I need to feel organized, massive. I'm always preparing for what's coming. And if I don't, that's when I start to feel out of control. I start to feel stressed. I start to feel overwhelmed. So I keep ahead of that as best I can. So I'll write all over my whiteboard exactly what I know I'm going to be doing. So that is a part of my 14 minutes some days. So I'm really hoping that this is sparking some ideas for you. And if you're ready for this, you'll know in your heart. And I want you to drop a yes below. Let me know how you get on. Like, drop me a message, DM me, PM me, whatever platform you're watching this back on. And really commit to it for a minimum of 7 days. Minimum of 7 days. Notice the excuses that come up. Because there'll be some. Let's call them out now. Oh, wow, will there be some excuses that come up? 1%. You are worth 1% of your day. Think about those scales. If you're people pleasing, if you're over giving, if you're committed like elsewhere, you're putting yourself on the back burner. That is gonna burn. It's gonna burn you. We want to make sure. I always remember thinking that. I used to always say, I just always put myself on the back burner. Put myself on the back burner. And what did I do? I burnt out. And I burned myself. Like, it's not good for anyone. Okay, yes, good, Kelly, I love this. So let's just have a little mind to my screen time is, it's diabolical. There are many times where I will think that, and it's like, you just start afresh. Screen time, I do scroll less, good. Asleep. I actually thought, is that Alexa? So true, like we actually invent stuff to do to fill our time rather than just loving ourselves. 14 minutes, that's it. Commit to 365 days of writing gratitudes. Gratitude is a huge one. So good to do. Tonight at bedtime, I put on spa music. Oh, so I changed. Yes. I love that, Alex. Okay, yeah. So just remember, with the 1% resilience rule, reverse engineer it. You decide how you want to feel. Because if I was to say to you, so what we're going to do with these 14 minutes is X, Y, Z. It'd suit maybe 40% of you. And that's not my job. I'm not here to tell you what to do, how you want to feel, what's going to help you feel that way. This is part of your journey. It's part of your self-discovery. What lights you up might not light someone else up. I can definitely make recommendations. I can definitely guide, inspire, activate, awaken. But this is down to you. This is down to you, and we can do this together. The power of this is planning. Absolutely. And yes, I will say there are some times when it will get to nighttime and I'm like, I can definitely feel that I've not committed that 1%. So it might just be snuggling up in bed with a book rather than scrolling. It might be pouring a wine some nights. Like, how do I want to feel? I want to feel, do you ever just get that? I want to leave the world outside. I've given a lot today. I want just sometimes just a glass of wine does that trick. That's okay. You can implement that in your 14 minutes. But I will say the last thing is doing this in the morning. So powerful. That's the sweet spot. Doing that in the morning because you're priming your mind. Your mind, we're not going to go into it, but you've got your beta waves, your alpha waves. And the moment we go boom, straight into social media, straight into the news, straight into the mundane conversation, straight into autopilot mode, our brain waves go boom, 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 and so does our energy. It's good, it's how we function, but the more that we can do that in the morning and keep our brainwaves in that higher state, your energy, your vibration stays higher, your attraction point, law of attraction, manifestation point stays higher. 14 minutes, let's do this. And there's 14 people on now. So it's so easy to say I'll do it. Yeah, Absolutely. That's some fast wine drinking on dopamine. Although I do love a challenge. I don't mean drinking the wine within the 14 minutes. Timer goes off. Love it. But the pouring off, the lighting of the candles, the sitting down, the switching things off, sometimes that can be a part of it as well. You've got my full permission. The power of 14. Let's go. So have a great rest of your night. If this has resonated with you, it will be on YouTube over the next couple of days. There'll be a blog coming out with this soon. Head over to Instagram because I'm going to be sharing it over there as well. And have a great rest of your evening. See you soon.